Today we're at a homeowner's house where we're doing a window installation, and what we're finding from other contractors is concerning. And so I wanted to walk through a couple of those things, including the roof, the soffit venting and ventilation of the system of the roof, and the actual siding install to show you a little bit of a differentiation between what Cupcake does versus what the other guys do. The siding that was done 2 years ago, we've already started seeing, not by us, by one of our competitors here in Austin. What we've seen is a general lack of knowledge on how ventilation works with the roofing system. So on this home specifically, they used vented soffit James Hardie, 8-foot soffit pieces, and they went all the way around the house. There's between 160 and 200 total linear feet of soffit, meaning that this roof is now over intaked by about 3x. The issue with that is the intake on a roofing system needs to be 50-50 split, with intake being 50% of that and exhaust. They've only got 4 slant backs up there. A slant back gives you about 60 NFA. They've got about 240 on the roof, which is actually not enough. We'll talk about that in a second. But they've got almost 800 NFA intake. So what's happening is there's so much intake, there's not enough exhaust, there's moisture that's happening in the home, and they actually have other issues that we're gonna have to fix, which is drywall, where moisture has settled down on the drywall inside their kitchen and inside their home, where the drywall is actually coming down now. Some of the other things that we see here, you can see this is a 2-year-old job. They didn't flash, and they used caulking that wasn't an OSI product. And so they just use really inexpensive caulking, and you can see all the way down, it's actually already cracking. I don't see any metal flashing from the Hardie to the brick, which is a big no-no in the Hardie world. It looks like right here, there's also no flashing, and it's caulked all the way down. Yep. One of the things that we see that happens a lot is there's a couple of preferred ways of installing Hardie. So I'm going to walk through some of those. You can see here, I can stick my finger all the way into that hole. When you install with Cupcake, we actually use, instead of a 3/4 inch board, we use a 1-inch board. We put that board all the way down on the wall with OSB behind here. There's actually no OSB behind here either, so if they didn't frame it, that's why a lot of these boards are gonna be pretty loose. But what happens is we put a 1-inch board, and then we actually butt to the plank, so that none of these holes are there. And then when we do a caulk line, it's going to be about a 1/8 inch caulk line. And so you never have this issue with wind-driven rain, dust, bugs, all of that. You can actually see a really great example of this right under here. If you look under here, that trim is actually not even all the way to the OSB. They did the trim over it. And so when we installed this window, this trim is just floating here with 16 gauge finishing nails. You can see it's already off kilter, just not the preferred way to install that. One of the other things that we found was in Hardie, you really want to cut one of these boards down to a starter strip. You take a board and you cut about a 2-inch strip, and you put that at the bottom. And what that does is it allows this not to happen. So because they didn't put a starter strip right here, there's nothing behind here that's keeping this taut. And so it's just completely all the way up. It's making all of these boards pretty loose. So a really, really big miss on this board that has nothing to be pressurized against and create some tension. All right, so we're back here at one of our customers' houses, and just finishing up a great window install, just going over some of the siding faux pas that happen in the industry when people are doing this kind of the approved way, but not the preferred way of Hardie. Jay, get a little bit of a side image of this right here. So this is a 3/4 inch board. We've got a little spider there, friend. What we're having to do on the windows to make sure that they are completely sealed up, that is going to be OSI Clear, the 000 OSI Quad Max. Yeah, so what they should have done here is done a butt-to trim method, and there would have been flashing tape behind this, and we wouldn't have needed this clear OSI Quad Max. Because now what we're doing is we're making sure that the homeowner is completely waterproofed on the window install. No caulking on the bottom here to allow water to drain out like normal, but we're now having to go back here and to create that clear caulk so that no wind-driven rain, dust, bugs, organic material can get in behind the actual window. The first thing is, of course, we were putting in their brand new windows, their brand new door, their brand new storm door, closing up that house so that they can save on electricity, so that they can have better air quality inside, less heat from the sun over the summer, lower those electricity bills. The next thing that we're doing is on the inside of the home, we're gonna go in and fix all of the drywall for them, painting, fixing it all. We've already done a calculation on the NFA that this home needs using the GAF calculator for ventilation. They need around 360 NFA. So our roofer is going to come out next week and actually turn 2 of their slant back vents that only create a small amount of ventilation exhaust. We're going to turn those into 2 max domes that actually are going to create much more exhaust for this home. That way it's going to solve a little bit of the problem of the intake being over intaked and allowing more exhaust to get out of the home. That's going to allow more heat and more moisture to get out to solve all of those problems in a system. Thanks for watching today. Please reach out to us at callcupcake.com for all of your home improvement needs. We really do pay attention to the details and understand all of the systems and how they work together. So great installs, great customer experience, and awesome crews here at Call Cupcake. Have a great one.